behind me. I'm eating. Oh, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Why not? Okay, I'm ready to grow. Oh. No, you gotta go to therapy. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified whenever I post more content. But I am on my way to take my son to his first occupational therapy appointment. But I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on what happened after I kind of went off on my manager. So basically, if you see my last video, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen my last video, please feel free to go and watch that video, because then you'll understand what I'm talking about in this video. But what I want to say is, what day was it? Today is Thursday. Tuesday was actually our last day of work and the kids' last day of school. So we don't really go back until August. I want to say August 13th, 14th, around there. But man, when I say it's been a whole turnaround at my job since I went off on my manager, it's been a whole turnaround. And when I say turnaround, I mean her attitude has changed. And I mean, it really has changed. And I don't know if she just being fake or whatever the case may be, but it's definitely a lot better going. Well, it was a lot better going to work the last week or so. It wasn't like no negative energy. There wasn't any yelling. There weren't any like smart remarks from her. None of that. But the reason that is because when I went to go talk to the director, so once I went to speak to the director and I told him everything that was happening over at the school I was working at, how it was so much negative energy, how the manager was constantly yelling and always just had these smart remarks and just basically just, saying things to herself, and it just made you think like, are you talking to me or who you talking about? Because it would be like rude things that she would be saying. And like, I don't understand why she would say things like that or act like that, but it was starting to get to the point to where it was starting to get annoying, because first of all, you're an adult, so act like it. And if you have a problem with someone or you need to address something, then go pull that person aside, talk to them, and address it. Don't sit there and just be making these smart remarks and just walking by people saying stuff just because you feel like you can, do those things because you're a manager. And the thing that made me very, very mad was the way they treated the elderly workers. Like, she was even yelling at the elderly workers. And I'm just like, didn't your parents teach you to respect your elders? Like, why are you talking to them like this? And you can tell that they were upset because you could see it all up in their face. So when I got mad, and I went off on her, and I told her, like, you know what, you need to be put in your place. And thank God the director stepped in, because when I went back to work that Monday, or no, actually it was Tuesday, because Monday was Memorial Day and we didn't have work that Monday. But when I went back to work that Tuesday, I ended up having to go in the office and talk to her and the director. And I didn't know that the director had talked to all my other coworkers already. So he had talked to all my other coworkers already. And when I went in the office, he was like, well, based on everything that you told me and talking to your coworkers, there is a big problem over here in this kitchen, and everyone feels the same way that I basically felt, that the manager was basically just disrespectful to everyone. And she was actually in the office as well when he was talking to me. And I told her and I told him, I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble. I just want to come to work and not have to be miserable because she makes everyone miserable, aggravated. Like, she makes people not want to be there, not want to come to work. And I was just like, I don't understand. I just didn't understand, like, why it had to be the way it was, because there was no need for it. But like I was saying, and when after all that, from talking to the director and like her talking to me talking to her and telling her what the problem was, she basically did a whole 360. I mean, attitude changed and everything. She speaks to everyone. She says good morning. There hasn't been any yelling throughout that whole week, including up until the last day. There hasn't been no yelling, no smart remarks. She hasn't been like disrespectful. She been asking people, if they needed help or if there's anything that she can do. She has even been really nice to me. When I come in the morning, it was, oh, hey, Chantel, good morning. Or when I came back from delivering the lunches from the other school, she'd be like, yay, Chantel's back. And, just with a happy attitude. And like I said, I don't know if it's just her being fake, or just putting on a front. I'm not sure, or I'm not sure if she's really trying to change. But I'm just looking at her like, okay. But like, I'm a stick with this and not say anything, because if I start seeing like changes when the school year starts again, which will be in August, and I start seeing that she back to that same old mean person, I'm definitely going back to the director. I'm calling my union rep, and I'm seeing if I could get transferred out of that school, because I don't have time for that. And then, what day was it? Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday she even called me to see if I wanted to get more hours because one of my coworkers quit. They're not coming back, which this is what she said to me. She basically told me that my coworker quit because she got aggravated due to everything that was going on. And she was just like, and that's gonna stop. She was like, starting the school year is gonna be changes. um I'm gonna be a different person. Basically, it's not gonna be no yelling and all that stuff. So like I said, we will see. I did tell her that I will stay at that school, and I will accept the new hours. But like I said, if I start to see that she is slowly falling back into that same person that she was, I'm not gonna stay. I'm gonna see if I could get transferred, because at the end of the day, no one should get treated like crap when they're at work. Like, I shouldn't have to drive. I shouldn't like feel like when I pull up to work and I'm just sitting in my car and I'm looking at the school, and I'm like, oh, do I really want to go in here? I don't want to go in here because I don't know what I'm gonna walk into. Like, I don't know what type of attitude she's gonna have. I shouldn't have to feel like that, and I don't want to feel like that. Like, I just want to go to work, do my job, clock out, go home. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, I get along with all my coworkers. We all laugh, we all do our job, we work well together, and I mean, that's the way it should be. The only problem was the manager. And like I said, I really, really do hope that this new attitude that she have, I really do hope that she keeps that same attitude when school starts, because I'm not dealing with it, and I'm pretty sure the rest of my coworkers aren't dealing with it. Seeing how they also spoke up to the director and told him the same thing that I told him about her nasty attitude. So basically, like I said, there was a lot of truth to what I was saying. But I guess in the end, it needed to happen. And like when I returned to work, I even had one of my coworkers come up to me and she gave me a hug and she was crying and she was like, "I'm so sorry that I didn't check on you to see if you were all right when you walked out after you flipped out on, the manager." And I was like, you know what? It's fine, but I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm just like, one of us had to step up and say something. And I guess that person was me. And like I said, she was telling me that she's so glad that I stepped up and I said something, and now there are going to be a lot of changes over there. And I was happy to hear that. I was really happy to hear that, and I was really happy to hear that my coworkers all felt the same way. And like I said, moving forward, all I can do is pray that my manager just her attitude stays the same, and that when the school year start again, things will be different because when everything is fine, the day go by smoothly. Like we even have like little what is it, breakfast, I don't know what to call it, but we make a dish and we would bring it, and we would all sit around and eat. When it was Christmas time, we did the little secret Santa and everybody picked a name, and whoever you picked, you bought them a gift and stuff like that. We've had good times, but like I said, as months went by, that's when her attitude just started changing, and I just don't understand why. But I'm not the type to just sit around and let people just, disrespect me. Or if I see someone else being disrespected and they're not doing anything wrong, I'm going to step up and I'm going to say something. And like I said, I don't know. I just hope things are better. And I hope she just keeps that same attitude because it's just no need for people to just be rude and ignorant to their staff. Like, that's why people don't stay, and then you got to be hiring, and then you got to be going through the process and all that. You shouldn't have to do that. But I'm not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to come on here and, like I said, just give y'all an update on what happened and how there has been some changes. And like I said, I hope it stay that way. But y'all know I'm going to let y'all know if things change and they go back to the same way. But thank you for watching this video, and again, subscribe to my channel for more content. Feel free to leave a comment, and also feel free to like the video. Thank you again, and y'all have a blessed day.